Good morning, students. Welcome again into the 12th Science Chemistry class. In last lecture, we learned about the vapor pressure and lowering of vapor pressure. And that is the lowering of vapor pressure is the colligative property that we also learned. Again, we learn the relative lowering of vapor pressure. The relative lowering of vapor pressure is nothing but it is the lowering of vapor pressure divided by vapor pressure of the pure solvent. That is, it is the ratio of lowering of vapor pressure divided by vapor pressure of the pure solvent that we learn. And that relative lowering of vapor pressure is also a colligative property that we also prove in the last lecture. Now today we have to calculate the molar mass of the solute from vapor pressure lowering, because these colligative properties are very useful to calculate the molar mass or molecular weight of the solute, that is the unknown molecular or unknown solute. So we can easily calculate the molecular mass or molar mass of the solute by using this colligative property, that is the vapor pressure lowering. And we also solve some numericals on that is the formula we obtain of the calculation of molar mass of the solute. So let us learn how we can calculate the molar mass of the solute from lowering of vapor pressure. So the molar mass M of solute from vapor pressure lowering. We studied that, we know that the relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to the mole fraction of the solute X2 in the solution. Now the relative lowering of vapor pressure, that is delta P divided by P01, which is the ratio of the lowering of vapor pressure and vapor pressure of pure solvent, we call that relative lowering of vapor pressure. And we also know that the relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to the mole fraction of the solute in the last lecture, that is delta P divided by P01 is equal to H2. H2 is the mole fraction of the solute. Again, we also know that the mole fraction of a component, it may be solute or solvent, the mole fraction of a component of solution is equal to its moles divided by the total number of moles in the solution. What is mole fraction? Mole fraction is nothing but, if we have to calculate the mole fraction of the solute, then mole fraction of the solute is nothing but it is the number of moles of the solute divided by total number of moles present into that solution. That is, suppose N2 is the number of moles of the solute and N1 is the number of moles of the solvent, then if we have to calculate X2, that is the mole fraction of the solute, then X2 is equal to N2 divided by N1 plus N2. In this way, we can calculate the mole fraction. Similarly, if we have to calculate the mole fraction of the solvent, that is X1, then X1 is equal to N1 divided by N1 plus N2. Now, this we learn in the 10th standard also, how the calculation of mole fraction is there. Now, again, see on a blackboard. Now, here, this is the formula to calculate the mole fraction of the solute, that is H2, because we want only the H2, because in our formula of lowering of vapor pressure delta P divided by P01 is equal to H2, here we have to calculate this H2. So H2 is equal to N2 divided by N1 plus N2. Now where N1 and N2 are the number of moles of solvent and solute respectively. We are concerned only with the very dilute solution or dilute solutions. So what is there? As the solutions are very dilute, so the number of solute particles are very less, and the number of solvent molecules are very greater than the number of solute molecules. So remember that as we are concerned only with the very dilute solution, so N1 is very greater than N2 because the solute number of moles of solute are very less as compared to the number of moles of the solvent. So number of moles of the solvents are always greater than the number of moles of the solute, but the solutions are very dilute. So N1 is very greater than N2. So as N1 is very greater than N2, therefore N1 plus N2 is nearly equal to N1 because these N2 are very less negligible. So N1 plus N2 is nearly equal to N1. In this way we take N1 plus N2 as equal to N1. So now mole fraction H2 of the solute is given by H2 is equal to N2 divided by N1. As H2 is equal to N2 divided by N1 plus N2 plus N1 plus N2 is nearly equal to 1 and N1, therefore H2 is equal to N2 divided by N1. Now how this equation, that is the delta P divided by P01 is equal to H2 becomes? So it becomes delta P divided by P01 is equal to N2 divided by N1 because H2 now is N2 divided by N1. So delta P divided by P01 is equal to N2 divided by N1. Now up to this you can understand this equation. Now how we can calculate the number of moles? In the 11th standard we calculate the number of moles as number of moles is equal to weight of the substance in gram divided by its molecular weight. How we calculate the number of moles? N is equal to W divided by M. That is the number of moles is equal to weight of the substance in gram divided by the molar mass of that substance. So suppose that we prepare a solution by dissolving W2 gram of solute in W1 gram of solvent. Then how we can calculate the number of moles of solute? So number of moles of solute N2 is equal to weight of the solute divided by molar mass or molecular weight of the solute. So N2 is equal to W2 divided by M2, where W2 is the weight of the solute and M2 is the molar mass of the solute. Similarly, we can calculate the number of moles of solvent as N1 is equal to W1 divided by M1, where W1 is the weight of the solvent in gram and M1 is the molar mass of the solvent. So M2 and M1 are the molar masses of solute and solvent respectively. Then on substitution of these values of N2 and N1 in the above equation, this equation, what we obtain, let us learn. Now we can substitute the value of N1 and N2 in the equation, that is of the lowering of relative lowering of vapor pressure, and how we obtain the equation to calculate the molar mass of the solute, let us learn. Now pay attention students on the blackboard. We know that H2, that is the mole fraction of the solute, is equal to delta P divided by P01. But H2 is equal to N2 divided by N1. Just we see that. Now substitute the value of N2 and N1 in this way, obtain as this delta P divided by P01 is equal to N2 divided by N1, because H2 is equal to this, H2 is equal to this. So these two quantity are equal. So delta P divided by P01 is equal to N2 divided by N1. That is the value of the that is mole fraction of the solute. So substitute N2 as W2 divided by M2 and N1 as W1 divided by M1. So this can be converted as W2 into M1 divided by W1 into M2. Now this denominator goes to numerator and this denominator goes to numerator, and this numerator comes here again as the denominator, this M2. So W2 into M1 divided by W1 into M2. This becomes as W2 into M1 and W1 into M2. Now this is the equation That is the relative lowering of vapor pressure delta P divided by P01. Now delta P is nothing but P01 minus P. We know that lowering of vapor pressure of pure solvent minus vapor pressure of that of the solution. So delta P is equal to P01 minus P and divided by this P01, and this is equal to W2 into M1 divided by W1 into M2. Now here is the M2 is the molar mass of the solute. So if we know all these quantity, then we can calculate this, that is the molar mass of the solute. So by knowing all the other quantities, molar mass M2 of the solute can be calculated. Now how it is calculated? Let us learn in the problem number 2.4. Now this is the problem 2.4 here. We have to solve this problem, and how this problem is solved by using this formula to calculate the molar mass of the solute. Let us learn. Now problem number 2.4 is given here. What is the problem? A solution is prepared by dissolving 394 gram of non-volatile solute. The weight of the solute is given as 394 gram and weight of the solute is denoted by W2. So in the given, W2 is equal to 394 gram. First we here write all the quantities which are given us. So in the given, W2 is equal to 394 gram. Again what is given? A solution is prepared by dissolving 394 gram of non-volatile solute in 622 gram of water. Now water is the solvent and the weight of solvent is given as 622 gram. So here W1 is equal to 622 gram. Again the vapor pressure of the solution is found to be 30.74 mm of Hg. Mercury. The vapor pressure of the solution is given. The vapor pressure of solution is denoted by P1. So the vapor pressure of the solution, that is P1, is given here, and that P1 is equal to 30.74 mm of Hg. Now vapor pressure of the solution we denoted by the symbol, that is the P1. And so here the vapor pressure of the solution, this P1 is given, and that is 30.74 mm of Hg. Again what is given? The vapor pressure of the solution is found to be 30.74 mm of Hg at 30 degrees. If the vapor pressure of the water is the solvent now, if the vapor pressure of the water at 30 degrees centigrade is 31.8 mm of Hg, then what is the molar mass of the solute? They ask us to calculate the molar mass of solute, that is the N2. And again they given us the vapor pressure of the solvent. Vapor pressure of water means vapor pressure of solvent, pure solvent, and it is denoted by P01. So the vapor pressure of pure solvent water is 31.8 mm of Hg. And they ask us to calculate the molar mass of the solute M2. But here molar mass of solvent is also not given. But we know that solvent is the water and the molar mass of water is, now how it is calculated? Water H2O, the mass of one hydrogen atom is 1. Here are the two hydrogen atoms. So 2 plus mass of oxygen is, oxygen atom, that is the 16. So 2 plus 16 is equal to 18 gram per mole. In this way we can calculate, though the molecular mass or molar mass of solvent water is not given, but we have to calculate that as 2 plus 16, that is equal to 18 gram per mole. So here M1 is equal to 18 gram per mole. Now all the quantities are known, only we have calculated the M2. So what is our formula? This P01 minus P1 divided by P01, that is the lowering of vapor pressure, is equal to W2 into M1 divided by W1 into M2. Now this is very simple. So substitute all these values. Now P01 is 31.8. P01 is 31.8 mm of Hg and P1 is equal to 30.74. So 31.8 minus this 30.74 divided by 31.8. And here W2 is equal to 394, M1 is equal to 18, W1 is equal to 622, and we have to calculate this M2. First solve this. Subtract this 30.74 from this 31.8. 31.8 means 31.80. You can take and divided by this 31. If you calculated this all, the value is 0.0333 on subtraction, and then on division of that we obtain this value. And here also multiply the 394 and 18 and divided that by 622. Then the value of this quantity is equal to 11.4 on multiplication and divided by 622. We obtain this 11.4 and this M2 as it is. Now we have to calculate this M2. So M2 comes here and this goes to the denominator. So M2 is equal to 11.4 divided by 0.0333. And on calculation of this quantity, the value comes, that is the 342 grams per mole. That is the sugar, cane sugar. It is also called as the sucrose. So that is molar mass of sucrose 342 gram per mole. So the M2, that is the solute, molar mass of the solute is 342 gram per mole. And in this way, students, we can calculate the molar mass of the solute which we have unknown by knowing all the other quantities. And such type of problems are there into the examination. Now let us learn again one problem. We can calculate the that is the molar mass of the solute. Take again one problem here, and you will then master into such problems. Pay attention, students, on the blackboard. Now this is the problem number 2.5. In this problem we also have to calculate the molar mass of the solute. Now what is the problem? The vapor pressure of pure benzene is given. The vapor pressure of pure benzene. The molar mass of benzene is also given in the bracket, that is 78 gram per mole. So the vapor pressure of the pure benzene at certain temperature is 640 mm of Hg. That means the vapor pressure of pure solvent is given P01, that is equal to 640 mm of Hg. Again the molar mass of the solvent is also given, that is the M1. Here the molar mass is given M1 as 78 gram per mole. Now a non-volatile solute of mass, the mass of the non-volatile solute is given 2.315 gram. Mass of the solute is denoted by W2. So the W2 mass of the solute is given 2.315 gram. Again the non-volatile solute of mass 2.315 gram is added to 49 gram of benzene. Benzene is the solvent, so the mass of the solvent is also given, that is the W1, that is 49 gram. The mass of solvent is given. The vapor pressure of solution is 600 mm of Hg. First they have given the vapor pressure of the solvent, that is the P01 pure solvent, 640 mm Hg, and now they have given the vapor pressure of solution, that is 600 mm of Hg, and they ask us what is the molar mass of solute. That is the M2 we have to calculate. Now the similar formula of relative lowering of vapor pressure, P01 minus P1 divided by P01 is equal to W2 into M1 divided by W1 into M2. So substitute all these value in this formula. So P01 is 640 minus P1 is 600 divided by 640. Now W2 is 2.315 into M1 78 divided by W1 49 into M2 we have to calculate. Now this can be calculated as, see on the blackboard, this can be calculated as here. This 640 minus 600. What is 40? 640 minus 600 is equal to 40 divided by this 640 remains as. Now that is equal to 2.314 into 71 divided by 49 into M2. This is remains as it is, and this becomes 40 divided by 640. Now we can calculate this M2. So take here M2 to the numerator, and this 40 will go to the denominator. And on multiplying this, M2. Now this 640 goes to here. It can be multiplied. So 2.315 into 78 into this 640 divided by this 49 into 40. So you can calculate this value by using the logarithmic table. You can see the log of all these three and add the logs of these three quantities, and then see the log of 49 and 40 and also add their logs, and then subtract the addition of these two logs from the addition of these three logs. So and then see the antilog, and the value will be 72.23 gram per mole. So M2, the molar mass of the solute, is the 72.23 gram per mole. In this way, student, we can solve any problem based on the lowering of vapor pressure and molar mass of the solute. So try to solve such problems so as you have the confidence of that problem, because such types of problems are always asked into the examination, and these are very simple problems. You can take the screenshot and write down the notes all of this problem. So students, if you understand there is the derivation of the formula of calculation of molar mass of the solute, and how we can solve the numericals based on the molar mass of the solute, and that is the lowering of vapor pressure, then you can like, share and subscribe this video, and also share the links to the other students and tell them to like and subscribe, so as they also have the confidence of solving such numericals which are always asked into the examination, that are the board examination, HSC board, and also that of the JEE, NEET NEET, and that is the Maharashtra CET, which determines your, that is the career. So all the best students, thank you for watching this video.